Hello and welcome to Noal Food. Can you feel Christmas in the air already? Look, golden light is sliding across pine rows that stretch to the horizon. We swing past the netting station. One smooth spin, and each tree slips into a tidy sleeve, travel ready in seconds. At the retail yard, families give the trunks a gentle turn, checking for that perfect cone shape and straight top. In a quick heartbeat, we see it all. Lush wreaths, long green garlands, a whisper of pine oil, even clean wood pellets for winter warmth. The cycle keeps turning: plant, thin, harvest, replant. And then the forest softly dissolves into a warm living room, where a real Christmas tree glows to life. We start in the nursery, under soft LEDs where a fine mist keeps every tray at the right humidity. A quick tug tells us the story: dense, white roots packed into each plug, strong enough to move. Behind a safety guard, the filler lays a consistent bed of media, and the plugs seat snug so stems stay straight. An electric cart hums the seedlings to the shade house to harden off before field life. Out on the block, a GPS string snaps the rows into perfect lines. The auger opens clean holes, and the crew firms soil around each seedling to push out air pockets. Drip lines pulse a slow, even dose, while a mulch ring locks moisture and holds back early weeds. Between rows, mowers skim the alleys with shields on, keeping airflow open and the ground tidy. Hands do the quiet work. Fresh pest cards go in to track pressure and time interventions. We shape the future crown now. Pinching the soft tip to keep one straight leader and spacing side branches so the tree fills into a balanced cone. A hoop gauge circles the canopy for symmetry. A height frame checks progress toward 5 to 8 feet. Colored rings mark grades at a glance. And a loop tool measures crown density, full enough for decor, open enough for light. Overhead, a drone maps vigor so weak spots get attention first. Not every sapling fits the Christmas spec, so off-grade trees flow to timber or biomass, where they still add value. By day's end, the crew gathers to review the harvest plan, just calm checkmarks and a clear path into the season. The shift begins face-to-face. The foreman reviews safety, checks PP, and a marker walks stem to stem, painting clean dots for selective felling. The feller eases each trunk down on a smooth hinge, exactly toward the landing the crew planned. A shielded head strips branches clean, while a spotter keeps the work zone clear. The bucker calls the cuts and confirms each log length with calipers, on spec, every time. The forwarder loads bunks, with calm precision as a ground hand lays matting to protect the skid trail's soil. At the landing, two hands square the log deck, a scaler clips on simple tags, and the truck rolls the scale with an attendant's OK signal. In the mill, the in-feed tech watches the debarca under its shroud, then waves boards forward as primary breakdown opens the stem. Kiln operators load stacks and watch gauges. Sensors hum off-screen while moisture drops to target. At the planer, the operator tunes the pass. Boards come off satin smooth with true edges. Graders work by eye and touch, chalking quick marks that set the class. A pellet line tech compacts clean sawdust into tight fuel while the boiler attendant keeps the biomass burner running clear to heat the plant. Crews reach up with pole tools to pick only mature, firm cones, taking what's ready and leaving the tree to set next year's crop. A canopy net spreads underneath, so cones drop softly into the mesh instead of bruising on the ground. At the crate, a quick moisture spot check tells us how gentle the drying cycle needs to be. Low-temperature dryers warm the cones just enough for the scales to open without scorching the shells. A mechanical shaker releases winged seeds from the open cones in a fast, controlled burst. An aspirator and graded screens clean the flow, light chaff lifts away, sound seed runs through. On the shelling line, tough hulls crack and edible kernels separate cleanly for pine nuts. A light roast wakes aroma. Then an inert gas flush protects flavor and keeps oils fresh. Retail pouches seal with a flat, tidy crimp so nuts stay crisp and shelf-stable. Decorative cones are sorted by size and shape to deliver consistent, ready-to-use pieces. Selected cones take a thin, even dip to become safe fire starters that light quickly without flare-ups. Cartons stack square on pallets, queued for peak season shipments. Workers tap shallow channels into the bark and guide amber resin threads into covered cups. Clean collection that protects the tree and the product. The warm resin pours like honey into sealed stainless totes, keeping contaminants out before processing. Steam distillation columns come to temperature. Heated resin thins to a light syrup so aroma compounds can lift with the vapor. In separation tanks, a pale straw oil layer floats above colorless hydrosol. A controlled drain keeps the phases perfectly split. A technician draws a small sample for GC analysis to confirm purity and the expected pine profile before release. 3 stainless nozzles dose and sink. Drums for industry and amber bottles for smaller buyers fill. With a steady, even stream. From the heavy residue, rosin is recovered, poured hot in amber sheets that cool to a smooth, glassy finish. Pallets ship out to fragrance and cosmetics clients. Neat loads that travel well and arrive ready to blend. Close-ups show the crew's PPE and tidy housekeeping. Dry floors, coiled hoses, and clean benches that keep the still room safe. A steady spool builds clean 25-foot garlands. Consistent density so installers can run ceilings and railings without gaps. Warm wax pours into glasses, and a measured dose of pine oil drops in. Just enough aroma for a cozy holiday burn. Soap bars press from the mold and move to airy racks, where time cures the scent and hardens each bar for a longer life. Wood chips press into MDF/ply panels, smooth sheets that turn forest leftovers into useful building material. From above, the forest fades into a warm living room. One real pine glowing softly, the season coming home.
Dawn cuts sharply over the harbor. Crew hose steaming water across the deck, ice breaking under the spray, white mist curling upward and drifting into the morning air. Hydraulic drums growl, gauges twitch, hoses shudder. The vessel slowly breathes awake. On a stainless table, gloved hands scoop herring and squid, fill mesh bags, shake, cinch, and stack them neatly into gray tubs that glisten with brine. Along the rail, pots are checked, funnels clear, cords tied, doors pinned, flags taped bright against the wind, each cage marked and waiting. Fuel flows through a heavy hose, pallets swing aboard beneath the crane's steady arm. A pause for safety. The beacon blinks, rings tested, immersion suits pulled from lockers, a checklist scratched with pencil strokes. In the wheelhouse, the skipper sets waypoints like beads across the shelf. At the call to cast off, lines slip the bits, thrusters churn white water, and the quay drifts back. The voyage begins. The rhythm of the voyage begins at the rail. A pot crouches in the chute, dripping cold seawater. The deck boss lifts his hand. The crew responds without hesitation. The buoy line clips to the bridle, the bait bag is checked once more, and the latch is pinned shut. With a metallic roar, the gate opens and the first pot slides free, swallowed by the sea. Astern, bright floats rise and fall, marking the beginning of a string that will stretch for miles. Another pot is already waiting. Another coil of line flaked smooth in its tub. The pattern builds. Set, toss, prepare. Each man knows his place. Painted zones warn of danger, rollers groan, and hands stay clear of the bite. In the wheelhouse, the skipper taps the glowing plotter, dropping marks like beads across the shelf. Depth icons blink. A counterwheel ticks, scope measured against tide. Astern, buoys march in steady pairs, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th. Every few minutes, another pot disappears into the gray, steel, and discipline stitched into the sea. The waiting ends with a buoy rocking on the swell. Bright paint flashes in the gray water as the vessel leans closer. From the wheelhouse, the skipper studies his plotter. Icons lining the shelf, each one a promise. On deck, the crew greases the hauler block, checks the guards, and readies the gaff. A shout, a swing, and the buoy is hooked cleanly. The line runs outside the rail, fed straight into the roller, never touching the deck. The hauler engages. Hydraulics hum as wet rope hisses through steel. Water sprays in bright arcs, dripping from the wire as it races upward. Then the first pot breaks the surface, heavy with life. Seawater cascades, and for a moment, the crew glimpses brown, spined shells clattering inside. The load swings, ice flakes melting under a quick wash of hot water. In the wheelhouse, numbers turn to icons. Time soaked, catch per pot, effort against reward. The first pot swings over the deck, steel dripping with seawater. It tips into the stainless hopper, water crashing down, crabs tumbling after it. The door clangs shut, and already, hands are reaching for bait bags to ready the cage for another trip below. From the hopper, the catch slides onto the sorting table, and spray nozzles keep shells wet and gleaming. Crew spread the animals into a single layer, each one examined in turn. A gauge is set across the carapace. Too small, and it's guided down a chute back to the sea, sliding away with a sheet of water. The wrong sex or a bearing female is released the same way. A quick decision, no waste of motion. Keepers go the other direction, channeled into holding tanks where cold seawater and bubbling air keep them alive. A clicker ticks with each addition, and a waterproof tablet logs the tally in icons only. Bycatch drifts down a separate chute, returned unharmed. Two men pause over one crab, one supporting, the other measuring, nodding agreement before it joins the keep. Now the rhythm tightens into a loop, the deck working like a factory line. At one end, the hauler roars, pots rise dripping from the deep. At the center, the hopper fills and spills toward the sorting table. At the far rail, newly baited cages line up in the chute, waiting to plunge back to the bottom. Beside the tanks, a crewman lifts a hatch, checks the circulation, listens to the hum of pumps, and watches bubbles climb steadily through the cold seawater. Insulated lids close again, condensation streaking across the steel. In the wheelhouse, the skipper reads icons on his plotter. Catch per unit, soak times, yield per line, and weighs where to steer next. A sparse pot comes up, nearly empty, and the bosun signals a shift. A new waypoint flashes across the chart. Another pot tips, scraped clean, rebaited, and shoved back to the chute in one smooth sequence. Counters click, capacity icons edge higher, pumps thrum, engines drive on. The harvest is now a rhythm of steel, water, and discipline that never stops. At last, the voyage turns homeward. The harbor rises gray against the swell. On deck, the crew connects shore hoses, seawater, and oxygen feeding into the tanks until the gauges show steady flow. A crane swings overhead, lifting the first brailer net heavy with live crabs. Water streams down as the load rises, then tips into the stainless hopper waiting on the pier. Inspectors work quickly, lifting a crab, sliding a gauge across its spines, checking the flap beneath. A quick nod, a tap on a rugged tablet, and the animal is sorted forward. Conveyors hum, carrying the catch into the plant where spray bars keep shells wet. Behind them, hoses scour the empty hopper, sanitizer foaming, water running clear. On shore, a surge hopper balances the flow as brailers keep coming. One cycle after another, steel nets rising and dumping, crews above and below in perfect rhythm. In the office window, icons flicker, progress, shifts, trucks waiting. Live crabs enter a cold brine stun, water whispering over shells, valves set to a quiet balance. Then heat takes the stage. A stainless tunnel cooker where time and temperature lift the shells to bright ceremonial red. They glide into a chill, brine drawing down the heat. Then a veil of fresh water lays a protective glaze. Air like winter breathes from the blast freezer. Belts carry the crimson arcs through a storm of cold, setting the surface to a clean shine. Now the line divides 3 lanes, small, medium, large, each cluster finding its weight and place. Clear pouches rise to the vacuum sealer, air drawn out. At last, the reason why. Steam curls over a platter as butter and garlic gild a leg. Tagliatelle twirls beneath lemon cream while sweet strands of king crab crown the bowl. From steel and cold to warmth and plate, the voyage is complete. At the break of dawn, a blanket of mist rolls across endless fields, and the first light reveals neat rows of peanut plants stretching toward the horizon. Tractors have carved these rows with care, so every stem has its place, every root its chance to grow strong. As the sun climbs higher, droplets of dew sparkle on fresh green leaves, and yellow blossoms open, fragile yet vital. Bees arrive, buzzing from flower to flower, carrying life from one plant to the next. Then, in a moment unlike any other crop, the blossoms send slender pegs down into the soil, hiding the promise of peanuts beneath the earth. Underground, unseen pods slowly swell, nurtured by roots that spread quietly in the dark. Above, irrigation lines whisper streams of water, balancing growth with measured care. Farmers crouch low, testing the soil between their fingers, feeling whether the land is ready to give more. Bright yellow traps sway in the breeze, silent guardians against pests. From above, the geometry of green rose paints patterns across the land, while clouds drift by, shading the fields like moving brushstrokes. As the day ends, machines wait at the edge of the farm, ready to begin the harvest. The story of peanuts has only just begun. The season of waiting finally ends when farmers bend low, lifting clusters heavy with peanuts, checking moisture to see if the crop is ready. Soon, machines move across the fields, pulling plants from the soil and laying them in long golden windrows to dry under the open sky. Nothing is wasted. Careful eyes check the ground for pods left behind, ensuring every nut finds its way home. Larger harvesters follow, shaking soil from roots, separating vines from pods, and pouring a steady stream of peanuts into trailers that fill like golden mountains. Back at the farmyard, fans stir the air, sweeping away leaves and dust, leaving cleaner harvests behind. In drying sheds, warm, controlled air draws out the last traces of moisture, locking in flavor and preserving quality. Farmers crack pods by hand, testing dryness, satisfied when kernels snap cleanly. Then the journey continues. Burlap sacks stamped only with a simple peanut symbol are stacked onto pallets, hoisted carefully into waiting trucks. At the gates of the factory, samples are drawn and tested, a ritual that guards both farmer and processor. Finally, tons of peanuts tumble into vast receiving hoppers, dust rising, the raw harvest now ready for its transformation. Inside the factory, the peanuts journey begins with careful cleaning. Vibrating screens shake away sticks and stones, while tall aspirators draw leaves and dust upward, letting the heavy pods fall clean below. Hidden magnets catch stray bits of metal, protecting both product and machine. Next, shellers crack the pods apart, dividing fragile skins from the kernels within. On separating tables, streams of pale kernels slide one way, while flakes of broken shell drift another. Sophisticated color sorters scan each kernel in flight, a burst of air removing those that fall short. What remains is the heart of the harvest. Clean, bright peanuts, ready for heat. Conveyors deliver them into massive roasters, where controlled waves of hot air transform raw kernels into golden, aromatic nuts. Workers check samples through small doors, examining color and aroma with practiced eyes. From the roaster, peanuts cascade onto cooling belts, air rushing up to lock flavors in place. Red skins flutter away inside dry blanchers, leaving smooth kernels beneath. Finally, a gravity separator divides delicate hearts from the strong, full kernels. The raw harvest has become a uniform, roasted treasure, waiting for its final transformation into peanut butter. The roasted kernels, uniform and golden, now begin their transformation into butter. First, they pass through coarse grinders, breaking into a thick paste still dotted with small pieces, a texture that hints at what is to come. From there, warm jackets guide the flow, controlling consistency so the mass remains steady. At the heart of the process, high shear mills work with precision, turning the paste into a smooth, creamy ribbon that folds onto itself without interruption. In sealed mixing tanks, the butter swirls in constant motion, and through hidden funnels, just the right touch of salt and sugar is added. A thin stream of refined oil joins, binding the mixture into a uniform body, while stabilizers ensure it will remain spreadable over time. Under vacuum, bubbles collapse, leaving only a flawless surface. Inline homogenizers polish the texture even further, refining mouthfeel to its final state. Before moving forward, a technician lifts a spatula, and the butter drapes slowly, forming a mound without breaking. At this moment, humble peanuts have truly become peanut butter, thick, golden, and ready to be packed for the world beyond. The peanut butter, now perfected, flows into clear jars that travel neatly along the conveyor. Each rim is carefully wiped clean, a simple gesture that keeps every seal secure. A thin foil membrane clings tightly to the jar's mouth, inspected with care before the plain cap is twisted firmly into place. Soon, the jars wear neutral labels, blank yet orderly, symbols of a product that speaks for itself. A scale quietly checks the weight, diverting the rare jar that falls short. Metal detectors confirm purity, ensuring nothing but peanuts remain inside. From there, jars are gathered into sturdy cartons, 12 at a time, flaps folding closed to guard their journey. Finally, pallets rise on forklifts, wrapped and ready, a silent army of golden jars prepared to leave the factory and head toward the world. From the factory floor, the journey continues outward. When boxes are cut open, neat rows of peanut butter jars appear, ready to meet the world. On store shelves, each jar is placed carefully, labels aligned so the aisle looks clean and inviting. Soon, entire bays glow with golden jars, waiting for hands to choose them. A shopper lifts one, placing it gently into a basket, carrying the story forward. At home, the jar is opened, the foil peeled back to reveal a smooth, flawless surface. A knife spreads the butter thick across bread, ribbons folding softly. A spoonful drops into a smoothie, adding richness to daily life. And finally, a hero moment. A jar open on the table beside a sandwich and apples. The peanuts' long journey complete and ready to begin again. From the icy seas where thousands of king crabs are hauled each day, to the warm fields where humble peanuts become smooth butter, these journeys remind us how food connects the world. Behind every meal lies unseen work, patient care, and extraordinary scale.
Taking center stage is the whole stalk sugarcane harvester, a powerful specialized machine built to not only harvest sugarcane, but also slice the stalks into neat segments. With an impressive output of 20 to 30 tons per hour, this machine is a true workhorse. At the front, it features counter-rotating base cutters equipped with hardened steel blades that slice the stalks cleanly at ground level, fast and efficiently. Sometimes, before harvesting, farmers burn the sugarcane fields, a practice known as pre-harvest burning. This is done to remove the dry leaves and outer layers of the cane, making the harvesting process faster and cleaner. By burning the field, it also helps to reduce pests and make it easier for machines or workers to access the stalks. Once the harvesters have done their job, tons of freshly cut sugarcane are gathered and loaded onto large transport trucks. These trucks are ready to roll, quickly transporting the sugarcane straight to the sugar processing factories. When the sugarcane-loaded trucks arrive at the factory, they head straight to the receiving area, where powerful cranes or heavy-duty conveyor systems are installed. These automated cranes are designed to lift massive bundles of sugarcane, often weighing several tons, off the truck beds quickly and smoothly. The sugarcane is then fed into massive industrial crushing machines, where the real extraction process begins. These crushers are equipped with a series of enormous, heavy-duty steel rollers designed to apply intense pressure on the thick, fibrous stalks. After the sugarcane passes through the smashing and shredding machines, the fibrous material moves on to the powerful roller presses. The juice extraction process is carefully organized into a multi-stage configuration to maximize yield. In the first stage, about 50 to 60% of the total juice is extracted. As the crushed cane moves through the following stages, the pressure is steadily increased, allowing the rollers to extract an additional 15 to 20% of juice. The byproduct fibrous material, or bagasse, is often used as biofuel to power the boilers in the next stage of the sugar production process. Beyond energy, it also utilized in the production of biodegradable packaging materials, or used as animal feed. After extraction, the raw cane juice contains many impurities and needs to be filtered and treated. After filtration, the cane juice is passed through a large boiler. This equipment consists of large heat exchange pipes, where the cane juice is boiled to kill bacteria and clean any remaining impurities. The juice extracted from sugarcane contains impurities and sediment, which are separated through a mud filtration process. This step helps recover more usable juice, while the leftover muddy residue, often called filter cake, doesn't go to waste. The next stage is evaporation, which aims to reduce the water content in the cane juice. This phase aims to concentrate the juice. Begins with the cane juice being pumped into these vessels, where it is subjected to low-pressure conditions. After the evaporation process, eventually reaching a sugar content of approximately 65%. Once the sugarcane juice has been evaporated into a thick syrup, the next crucial step is to extract the actual sugar crystals. These centrifuge machines spin at incredibly high speeds, creating a strong centrifugal force that separates the solid sugar crystals from the remaining molasses. As the syrup is fed into the centrifuge, the crystals are pushed outward and collected, while the liquid molasses is drained away. This process ensures the efficient separation of pure sugar crystals. After the sugar crystals are separated in the centrifuge, they're still slightly moist and clumped together. To fix this, the crystals are sent through a large rotating dryer. This machine gently tumbles the sugar while blowing warm air through it, helping to remove any remaining moisture and break up the clumps. The result? Dry, free-flowing sugar crystals that are ready for storing and packaging. Sugar is packaged in a variety of formats, each tailored to fit different needs and uses. Large industrial sacks, ranging from 25 kilograms to over a ton, are commonly used in factories, commercial kitchens, and for export. Medium-sized bags, usually between 1 to 5 kilograms, are the go-to option for households, ideal for everyday cooking and baking. Meanwhile, the mini-size sachets are perfect for cafes, restaurants, and on-the-go use. Sugarcane sugar is one of the most widely used sweeteners in the world. It's known for its clean, natural sweetness and rich flavor profile, forming the base for countless desserts, drinks.
Light spills across endless durian rows, a golden-green ocean stretching far beyond the horizon. 2,000s of sprinklers awaken together, casting glittering arcs of man-made rain over the vast orchard. Silent drones sweep overhead, mapping every row and revealing the plantation's colossal geometric scale. A farmer taps each fruit, listening for that deep, hollow note that whispers, "Ripe." A handheld meter glows, reporting ripeness and moisture in precise digits that guide the harvest. Under every tree, broad catching nets open like patient hands, ready to cradle falling treasure. Workers gather bursting nets, pouring spiky gold into thick plastic crates stacked high and steady. Small tractors queue along dirt lanes, towing carts piled, with fruit toward the central depot. From above, the convoy flows non-stop, a river of carts threading between emerald corridors. At the gate, Durian Central Depot towers. Containers stand ready, engines humming with purpose. Each crate is weighed and scanned, data streaming into screens as efficiently as the harvest. Conveyors hum to life, rolling hundreds of fruits toward a gleaming, temporary cooling chamber. Thermometers lock at 13 degrees. Cold mist blooms white as the chill chain begins. A line of reefers departs at dusk, red taillights blinking, a signature of grand industry. Night reveals a titan. Floodlit steel, ceaseless conveyors, a factory that never sleeps. Container doors swing open. Tons of durians roar into a steel funnel, vapor billowing. Bead belts surge, carrying an unbroken cascade of fruit toward the wash line. Pressure jets ignite, spinning durians. Clean as resin and dust vanish in foaming torrents. Industrial air knifes blast. Surfaces dry to a bright sheen in mere heartbeats. Smart scales and sensors measure each fruit. Diverters prepare to split the flow by size. The stream forks neatly, small, medium, large, like tributaries branching from a mechanical river. 3 grade glides into a luminous lane, the elite line reserved for premium selection. 4. In clean gloves, inspectors scan swiftly, eyes trained for export perfect shape and surface. Steel cutters whisper open the shells, precision blades releasing steam and symmetry. Dozens split at once. Golden pods slide onto stainless trays, bright against polished metal. A gentle rinse carries away residue. Clear water glides over hundreds of shining trays. The IQF tunnel breathes frost. At -40, white vapor swallows the moving line. Monitors trace time and temperature. Core temp, 18 degrees Celsius achieved, confirms the frozen heart. Thousands of trays stack like icy walls, blue lights flickering through drifting warehouse mist. Frozen trays stream toward packaging, layered rows marching in steady, synchronized cadence. Mechanical portioners divide pods by weight, synchronized arms ensuring exact, repeatable fills. Golden pods slide into clear, pre-formed trays, filling each pocket with immaculate consistency. Nitrogen jets sweep the headspace. Pale vapor cloaks trays in clean, protective atmosphere. Automatic sealers press lids tight. A line of glowing seams marks perfect closure. Trays ride across precision scales. Live numbers flash as weight checks race. 2 lanes run in parallel. Pass flows straight ahead. Reject diverts cleanly with pneumatic ease. Inkjet heads dance. Dates, lot codes, and QR marks print crisp at speed. Export grade a label's land center lid, a bright stamp of premium quality. 3 conveyor streams merge into one, velocity rising toward the boxing zone. Layer stacking mechanisms descend. 10 trays settle per tier, edges perfectly aligned. 3 cartons spring open in formation, dozens standing ready to receive product. Open lid cartons glide by, revealing neatly packed durian trays, rows gleaming. Inside, full cartons meet a master scale. Digits confirm target weight to the gram. Sealed with hot glue, carton flaps lock instantly. Clean lines, airtight confidence. Tape heads sweep the seams. Sealed, bands run golden down each spine. Logistics labels apply beside crisp QR codes, routes, and container IDs set. Diverters split cartons by market, China, Korea, Japan, EU, clear lanes, decisive flow. The cold storage-ready line glows. Green, guiding boxes into temperature hold. Mechanical cranes lift stacks onto broad pallets, building tiers with effortless strength. Corner guards clamp into place, pneumatic bursts securing every edge. Stretch film spins tight. Glossy layers catch the lights in shimmering spirals. Steel straps cinch hard. A ringing clack seals each band with authority. Pallets glide into final QA, scanning lights washing every face in green. Confirm core at -18. The display blinks past with confidence. Oversized lot labels print and adhere, bold with container codes and ship dates. Forklifts weave through portals of frost, ferrying pallets into deep storage. Aisles fade into blue-lit mist. Towers of pallets rise like frozen ramparts. Industrial fans pulse cold air, circulating evenly to hold the line steady. A humble quail farm wakes. Long sheds, mist, and quiet, purposeful routines begin. We enter the quail houses. Wire doors, metal frames, sunbeams. Center aisle symmetry shows scale and order. Small spills, tire marks. Real farming, not a showroom. Clean water pulses into troughs, steady droplets, soft rings, reliable hydration every single hour. Feed pellets cascade like sand, drifting along channels to keep energy steady throughout the day. Warm utility lights blend with daylight, spreading even illumination across tiers and narrow aisles. Calm quail preen and blink, comfortable in rhythm. Natural behavior signals good welfare and stability. Fresh eggs roll gently to padded gutters, low impact, soft landings, shells protected from micro cracks. Simple brush modules guide eggs to belts, nudging them neatly without force or frantic motion. The belt carries rows of speckled eggs outward, sunlight brushing their polished, mottled shells. Under a candling lamp, strong eggs glow clear. Flawed shells show shadows and are set aside. Good eggs settle into incubation trays, aligned, labeled, and spaced for airflow and consistent warmth. Incubation begins beneath gentle heat, temperature and humidity steady, circulating quietly through racks. Inside, moisture beads and drifts. Controlled warmth envelopes shells for even. Hatch day, dry, fuzzy chicks move to brooding trays, soft bedding, red warmth, water at reach. In brooders, chicks cluster under heat, exploring. Faint chirps echo across low trays and bedding. Close, they peck fine crumble feed. Tiny wing flicks show energy rising with every careful mouthful. Wider view. Many trays in motion. Gentle fans, drifting dust motes, predictable. At 10 days, pin feathers fill. Birds hustle between drinkers and feed, building strength and coordination. At 20 days, bodies lengthen. A quick slider reveals uniform growth, steady gains across the pen. At 30 days, plumage smooths. Near-adult quail move confidently, ready for their productive phase. Flocks sort into hens and cocks. Organized pens optimize calm behavior and efficient nutrition delivery. Laying tiers await, clean water, fresh feed, stable light. Everything tuned for consistent, gentle laying. A hen settles. A speckled egg appears and rolls, effortless, into the waiting padded. Eggs drift down soft gutters. Low angles highlight padding, preventing hairline cracks and hidden stress. Rotating brushes sweep edges, guiding eggs to the belt. Light contact, smooth alignment, minimal noise. At the belt's end, eggs drop softly into trays. Rows form, precise and satisfyingly uniform. Afternoon quiet returns. Long corridor breathes out, sunlight fades. Collections complete for today. Trays enter the prep room. Simple conveyors start, bringing today's fresh eggs to gentle washing. Fine sprays rinse dust away. Water veils sparkle, carrying off what fields and feathers left behind. Inside the brush module, fibers flex and touch. Shells spin slightly, cleaning without scuffing patterns. Multiple nozzles mist entire rows. Hundreds roll through together, evenly washed at low, careful pressure. On the candling line, warm light shines. Upward, dark defects divert automatically to reject lanes. Each egg is weighed, numbers steady, then sort by class. Consistent sizing simplifies downstream packing. Channels split into XS, S, and M. Trays beneath fill smoothly, one measured stream per size. Rejects rest in a small bin, clearly marked and separate, improving quality with transparent decisions. Packing begins. Clear trays or pulp cartons line up, receiving neat rows of speckled. One crisp stamp, date and lot code, firm press, brief hold, clean mark and done. Final checklist. Clean, dry, last tick lands and the lot moves forward. Craft boxes fold and lock. A full tray slides inside, snug and protected for transport. A plain information label smooths on date, lot, weight, minimal design, maximum clarity. Boxes cool in a modest chiller. Tidy shelves, steady air, gentle light preserve quality. Retired layers rest quietly. Selection shifts from laying to meat. Natural life cycle, respectful transitions. Crates queue neatly. Calm ventilation, orderly staging maintains bird welfare before any processing steps. We pass soft vinyl strips into prep, honest walls, scuffed benches, clean drains, real work ahead. A small defeathering drum turns gently. Water mist loosens down and feathers without harsh motion. Rinsing clarifies surfaces. Circulating. Water removes residues, preparing portions for measured fabrication. Cuts are standardized. Whole, halves, legs. Precise, repeatable layout improves cooking consistency later. Finished vacuum-sealed trays rest gleaming. Film tight as glass, color natural, labels plain and clear. Quick chill haze drifts, cold locks texture and safety while preserving. Delicate quail flavor. Racks emerge frosted. Films do lightly, then clear. Packages align across tidy stainless shelves. Final QC signs off. Seal integrity, label presence, temperature. Everything passes before boxing. Scene 56. In a farmhouse kitchen, ingredients gather. Quail, eggs, herbs, tools worn smooth by daily cooking. On a charcoal grate, quail browns slowly. Smoke ribbons frame golden skin and glistening juices. A rustic sauce thickens, sweet, salty, aromatic. Spoon trails leave glossy paths that slowly close. Plating time. Roasted quail brushed with sauce, crisp egg nestled. Beside, herbs bright for balance. The table waits. Steam rises gently. Ceramic, wood, and linen set a warm, unassuming stage. A clay pot simmers. Quail eggs braise to tenderness, caramel tones deepen with each soft bubble. Three dishes assemble together. Camera glides, textures sparkle. Smoke, glaze, and greens in harmony. And that brings our journey to an end. If you enjoyed it, please give me a like and subscribe. And stay tuned so we can keep exploring together in the next adventures. See you soon.